Okay, whenever you're ready, Coach.
All right, well, thanks for everybody coming today. Appreciate a beautiful fall day. What a great week of weather we're having here for November. And clearly it's an exciting week on several fronts. First and foremost, we got 14 seniors going to play their last home game in Infocision Stadium, Suma Field, and play for the University of Akron home and wear the blue home jersey. And I think that's a really big deal. At times that can be an emotional thing. We're going to honor them before the game with their families. I'm very appreciative of this senior class. I've been with them for 2 years. I feel like I've gotten to know them well. And a guy like Jake Anderson, who's been a fifth-year senior, has been a captain for us. Zach Kasparek, another fifth-year senior. Dan Marcoux, a fifth-year guy. Doug Richardson, who's been around our program the whole time and has stayed with us and is out there at practice. And he's, found out he's going to get deployed, because he's in the ROTC, and excited about his future as he graduates in December. And Paul Simkovich and Matt Little, to name a few guys that have been with us. We have some guys that haven't been with us as long, like Orrin Wilson and Pat McCluskey, that are going to be seniors. Manly Waller, Phil Tonga hasn't been with us as long. Our punter, Zach Campbell. So we got a lot of really good Zips going to play their last home game this weekend. And clearly I know they're looking forward to playing in front of the home crowd and be representing the university really well, like they have during their time. And secondly, it's a rivalry game. And that's exciting. It's an exciting thing for college football. As you look around the college football landscape now and all these shifts in conferences, Kansas, Missouri is a big game, but that game might not happen anymore, all right, because of the shift in the conferences. Pittsburgh, West Virginia, is a big game. That might not happen anymore because of the shift in the conferences. Texas, Texas A&M, that might not happen anymore because of the shift in the conferences. But Kent, Akron and Kent is part of that tradition of college football and one of those trophy games that you talk about. And so I think that's exciting. It's exciting for the players that are going to be involved in it. It's exciting for the community, exciting for the universities, and it's a great thing for college football. And I know our players are excited to be part of some great tradition of college football, which we think is the best team sport there is. And we're certainly looking forward to playing it, and we're looking forward to a great week of preparation as we move forward. With that being said, I'll open up for any questions you have.
You got banged up at Miami. You got a list of,
the only
is questionable, maybe?
Well, Dan Marcoux is out. Dan Marcoux, unfortunately for him and for us, tore his ACL. He's out. Everybody else I expect to play. Okay. No reason to think they won't at this time.
Are they practicing?
We had some guys practice yesterday. We'll have some guys practice today.
Rob, you always talk about improvement, but how tough was it to see a little bit of a regression, especially offensively at Miami on Thursday?
Well, we always talk about improvement, and clearly I felt that we had improved after the last game, the Central Michigan game, and we did not make the same steps forward in the Miami game. Some of it was certainly self-inflicted wounds on our part. Certainly got to give Miami credit. They're a good football team. They're an ever-improving team. They are defending MAC champions, and they played like it. And we certainly played like a team a team that wasn't as on our game that night as we want to be. And but we can learn from that and look at that critically and learn from it and get better. And that's all we have to do from that experience. And we were disappointed in our performance in that game, clearly. But we're not discouraged about where we're headed, and everything's in the front mirror, of the car.
Is Clayton still will start on Saturday?
He will. Yes.
What did you do wrong? I mean, what could you tell? What
that's an all-encompassing question. We didn't handle some of the things they did on defense very well. We got ourselves in a rut offensively, and we never could get out of it. Couldn't get out of it with the throwing game. The conditions didn't help that, clearly. We didn't, and they handled the conditions better than we handled the conditions, very matter-of-factly. And our run game was not sputtering. We could not string plays together. We had one drive, we hit a pass, we did this, we moved the ball some, we sputter. We had a couple of drives where we moved the ball, we got a first down, next play, fumble. All right, so we just could not string things together on offense. Defensively, when you look at the tape, there's a lot of really good things there. But we had, two key mental errors in the coverage area, which cost us big plays. One was a big play down to like our 3, one was a touchdown. Put the defense on a short field, went forward on 4th and 1. I felt like that was the right thing to do at the time. Down 28-0. We had to try to get something going. We had to try to grab some momentum at that time. So it's a risk reward. If we had made the first down, we could have grabbed some momentum and kept some things going. Obviously we didn't, and we still had them on 3rd down and 10 on our 30, and they converted that. So.
Getting the offense going in the first half, I mean, obviously none in this game, none in the game before. Is there anything you can do to jumpstart things? You just have to execute what you're doing.
We have to execute better early on in the game. And we have to play with urgency in the beginning of the game like we do when we don't get things going. All of a sudden, oh boy, now we got to have to really get things moving. As I said before, maybe we're in a little bit more 3 wide receiver stuff in the second half of the Central game, but we certainly ran some of the same plays in the second half that we ran in the first half of that game. And just got to execute them better.
Because in the Miami game, they ran 5 plays and punted Miami to their first possession, and then you backed them up to their 9, I think, on the second, and made them punt again. I mean, there was your opportunity right there.
There was, and I think we fumbled on one of those possessions, right? Okay, didn't convert I think we had a 2nd and 2 or 3, and a 3rd and 2, and did not convert that, and punted, and then fumbled. And so that's certainly not the ideal way to start a game on the offensive standpoint.
Sorry. When you talk about the errors in the secondary, how much of that is just having, like starting 2 freshman safeties at the same time?
Well, we had
having
2.
a backup as a freshman too.
Well,
so.
redshirt freshmen.
Redshirt freshman.
They're in the game. They have to perform. We can't let them off the hook for being young.
I thought Antoine Russell gave you spark on kickoff returns.
He did. He sure did, and obviously played the game, played both ways in that game. Yeah. But he has performed well for us and been doing some good things for us.
Seems like he has pretty good vision back there on the kickoff.
He does. He does. He did a nice job of that, and he's getting better. Clearly getting better. Clearly has an ability to make plays for our team.
I thought Dylan Potts gave you a little spark there at the slot too. I mean,
that was a nice job of Dylan coming in the game when we had a couple guys dinged up, and having some catches. That was his most extensive wide receiver experience since he's been here, and did a nice job with it.
He did.
So where's Russell this week then? Or is
You'll have to wait till Saturday.
Okay. He's a secret weapon.